Tried to end y'all. I got you. The thing tried to end me. I'm still here. What the heck?
10, 9. Your mic's hot.
And we are back. This is going to be the last segment here with www.mix106radio.com with your girl, Sonia Robinson, the sweetheart of Mix 106 Radio. You're in my neighborhood and you are on my block. I have been interviewing for the past almost 3 hours Miss Nakeisa Jackson, author of the book Life After HIV. We have a couple more questions. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you again for coming on. Quick question someone wanted to ask before we end today. What did your family say or how did they treat you when they found out that you were HIV positive?
I was I found out that that's where a lot of my support lied. And in the end, I actually kind of felt bad for not telling them before because I went through some things that I didn't have to go through that I could have got support from them in. So they didn't treat me any differently. I had a family member that was upset with me because I didn't do anything to the guy. So I had to work through that. And a lot of them were upset because of how I did it, because I kind of posted the video and I didn't really warn them or anything about it. But I think eventually they realized that it wasn't about them. So they've been adjusting pretty well. I've been able to talk to most of my family members about it. So it's been pretty good for the overall, for the most part of my family.
Awesome. What brings you joy and has you continue to educate and share your journey with others?
What brings me joy and keep me going is that I see changes in people after they speak to me. I see how the impact, like when people tell me how much they like the book or how powerful I am or how free I allowed them to help them get free from some things. That kind of stuff is what kind of keeps me going, to have that positive feedback and know that what I'm doing is actually changing somebody, and I'm not just out here doing stuff because I want to.
Okay,
so
awesome.
That helps.
Awesome. Now it's your time to shine and freestyle. How can we support Miss Nakeisa? How can we get the book? What's on your agenda? What are you doing? Where are you going to be speaking? What's next for Miss Nakeisa Jackson? How can we support you?
Okay, so first let's talk about the book, because I know that's probably the burning question. My book is on Kindle for $4.99. You can also buy it from Amazon for $15. If you would like a signed copy, you have to get that from my website, which is my name, www.nakeisajackson.com. Nakeisa Jackson, JACKSON.com. And I'll sign it and ship to you. That's the longest route, fastest route. Get on Amazon, you can get it today. So that's the first thing. And as far as where I'm going with this, a lot of this work is leading to me opening a center for, it would be like a holistic wellness center. For my primary focus right now is just women living with HIV or women living with herpes, like chronic STDs that we can't, that's going to be with us today, no cure. Mm-hmm. But it will be like a holistic health and wellness center. So I'm collaborating and working on that and getting a nonprofit up for and doing the board of directors and things like that. So that's coming. That's going to be the biggest thing that's my kind of one of the bigger things I want to do. As of right now, I will be speaking more. So if you want me to speak, I'm taking speaking engagements now, and I'll be writing more. I'll be having more books come out. Actually, next year I'm going to be launching a book about, it's going to be entitled, I Have an STD. So it will be definitely from an educational standpoint, showing people what should they do once they get their diagnosis from day one. It will focus, and it won't just be HIV. HIV will have a big part to do with it, but I kind of want to focus on other people who are living with life-term STDs that can't get rid of.
Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on social media, my name on YouTube and Facebook, Nakeisa Jackson. If you don't want to add me as a friend, please follow me because I run into those issues. You can follow me. I keep most things public. And YouTube me, that's free to view. And I also have an Instagram, NLB_. Total, TOTAL, Health, HEALTH. So those are where I share most of my information and where you can find me. If you want to reach me, you'll find me the fastest in those areas. And also my website, www.NakeisaJackson.com.
What would you tell as we get ready to close out and share a word, leave something with the listeners today? What would you tell your former self? What would you look back and tell the 18-year-old girl that you were, who may be sitting where you were right now, currently in their lives? What would you share with her?
If I was talking to my 18-year-old self, I guess the one thing that I would share with that girl is that you need to learn who you really are. Don't take this Christianity thing as just reading the Bible and listening to what the preacher say. You have to go and find out what God says about you, and then reevaluate the things that you're doing. And I say that like I would say so many other things, but being the person I was at the time, I would have took that curiosity would have made me say, hey, maybe I should look into that, because I was a very curious young. I'm curious now. I want to know everything. So that information would have taught me like, hey, it's something else bigger than what I see. Because at that age, I couldn't see what was past what was in front of me. And that's something that I would just tell myself, like, learn who you are.
Is there anyone that you need to forgive?
The biggest person I have to forgive is me. Because I struggled with forgiveness for a while. So I've forgiven him. I've forgiven the person who's infected me. I forgave him years ago. But the hardest, sometimes I still go through phases where I feel like I haven't fully forgiven myself. And it's more, not necessarily just the HIV, just other things that I've been through. And I feel like, if I would have did another decision, but I've learned that won't change what's actually happening in front of me. And that forgiveness is so freeing. So I think me sharing my story publicly kind of helped me get to that place of just starting to forgive myself fully. Just of what happened, because I you take a lot of guilt with you when you get this diagnosis, no matter if somebody did it to you intentionally or not intentionally. You do take a lot of guilt, because at some point you have to look at yourself in the face and say, where did I participate and what happened to me?
The accountability.
Yes.
Looking over your life, and this is the last question. Looking over your life, do you feel that where you are today in your journey, you are living your life with no regrets? Everything that you've been through, no regrets?
Yes. I do feel like that. I feel like now I'm living my best life. Like, a lot of people ask me, that's why I don't feel the need to go and do all this to the person who gave it to me. I'm living my best life. I'm not letting it stop me, and you shouldn't let it stop you.
Wonderful. Well, listeners, this was Nakeisa Jackson. She was the author of the book, Life After HIV, Removing the Mask. Please support her. Go to Amazon.com, look it up, purchase the book, read the entire story for details. We talked a lot about things, but there's so many details in the book that you would really want to take part in, and you'd be remiss if you missed it. This has been Sonia Robinson. This was my first show host today. My first interview. Did y'all like it? Thank y'all for your support. All my listeners on the internet on www.mixxx106radio.com. All my fans and friends and listeners and family on Facebook Live, I thank you. I love you. This has been Sonia Robinson, the sweetheart of Mix 106 Radio. You have been in my neighborhood, and you have been on my block. Until next time, see you later.
You've had an accident, and it's not your fault. The other driver.
We did it! Yay! Thank y'all! My live ended literally at the end. My iPad died.
Your first step after the accident can affect the reimbursement from your insurance company. But the insurance